Hey, ever wanted to make your own video game music? In today's video we're breaking down how to write old school RPG music using the Korg M1 synthesizer. So get comfortable, relax, drop me a like as it really helps support the channel, and let's get into it. Okay, today we're going to make a little battle piece for an old school RPG. So I'm going to use the M1 synth, which kind of sounds between maybe 16-bit and 32-bit consoles. Let's go and put something down. Right, got some drums. It's just bass drum and snare drum there, so starting with the snare and then doing some bass drum, and I've also got these tom-toms just going down, bum, 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 bum. Just doing that, and then I've added a bass on top, which is going A, C, D, F, G, 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 G. Cool. And let's go and put some chords on top of that. Right, I've just loosely played in some strings which sound like this. You get the idea. We are just going A minor, then we're going to C major, then we're going to D minor, and then we're going to E, no, we're going to F at the second to last chord, and the last chord will be an E minor. So all together, that's A minor, C, D, E, sorry, F and E. Good, right, let's go and put something on top of that. Right, just some root notes just to give it a bit more oomph down the lower end. Literally the root notes again. Good. And finally, let's put a sort of maybe a lead or something. Yeah, so I've just used this M1 lead sound here, and I've just put down a part. Nothing complicated there, I just jammed on top of it and put it on loop until I liked what I played. Okay, I've been playing around and I have got a verse, I guess, here, and we are going to break it down. So a much more rock drum beat, just bass drum and snare with open hi-hats, and then tom at the end there, just doing a fast little fill. The bass line is just going pretty simple, and I've doubled that up with a slightly more complicated bass line. Just sort of making it a syncopated pattern, and you can hear that that's like a slap bass or something. Right, chords are just the chords that we had on the bass. A minor, G, F, G, A minor, what's that? C, E minor, flat sus2, and a D minor chord at the end there. So I added then a lead, which goes like this. All together. Second time round is the same, apart from just one higher note right at the end there, and that is on the, oh yes, the G sharp. That will be, so that will be bringing it into harmonic minor, and yeah, this sound here, by the way, was a double of the lead, which is just a square sound. Just quickly, if you could tap the thumbs up button, it would really help me out. If you have any questions or suggestions for future tracks you'd like me to make, pop them down below. And just so you know, there are already dozens of tutorials on this channel to help you become a video game composer, with many more coming each week, so feel free to get subscribed. Right, back to it. Right, now we need a variation, which sounds like this. Just so you can see the notes, I am playing single notes on this vibraphone sort of sound, and nothing really nothing complicated. So just jamming around really on top of it. Good, now we're going to need a variation of that first section here. So now we've just done this. Back to the intro. Right, I've copied and pasted the next section, but what I've done right at the end of the piece is just had a bit of fun. So when you've got a keyboard, you can just mute out the sound and listen to what you've got already. And you go, all right, it's a bit boring now if we listen to that a million times over. So all I did was play on top of it. Hard to do with this keyboard, but you get the idea, just having a jam on top of it, and I came up with this. And then that gives you a variation to loop the whole piece back round. So let's make sure it does loop back round. Works well. Yeah, so always have a bit of fun with what you're doing. If you've got a MIDI keyboard, then it's pretty easy to do all those bends, though this mini keyboard is a bit trickier than bigger keyboards. Right, let's have a look at the automation. So you could draw the notes in or play them in, and if you didn't have a mod wheel or a pitch bend wheel, then you could draw in these notes. So you could just literally get the pencil tool and draw in the bends and everything, if you wanted to. Good, let's have one listen. Actually, we'll have a listen from here because it's essentially the same right to the end. And if you've got any questions, pop them down below. Comments and all that would be appreciated too. Excellent. If you were making this for like a web game or something, you'd want to make this much shorter. You'd probably want it to be like that long, 49 seconds. So you'd loop it there and then you do the bounce down to a WAV MP3 or what's it called, an OGG file, isn't it? And that way you would save a lot of memory. But if you're doing something for, I don't know, a Steam game, say, then that will be absolutely fine. It won't use up too much memory. That's 2 minutes long. Good. Any questions, pop them down below. Thumbs up would be very handy for me. And if you would like to watch more of these, I've got a big playlist of them now. So check them out and get subscribed for even more to come. I will see you in the next one.